Welcome to BBC Podcast, Tapping In with Tucci again. Got another after hour show with some lovely ladies. I'm going to hand it over to JP.
Oh, baby, you so juicy. Juicy, yeah, yeah. Do you mind if I slide? You like the way I work you out. I don't mind if you tease me now. My lady, you deserve a crown now. I like it when you take it to the ground. Do your dance, mommy. Yes. Honey, I like the way you work for me. The way you move your ass got me going down. You got it, girl, you got it.
Everybody make sure you like, comment, subscribe, check out the merch. Let's introduce our lovely ladies. So I need your name, age, where you're from, and your dating status.
So my name is Story. I am 22. I'm from Palm Springs, and I am single.
My name is Mahayana. I'm 22. I'm from Riverside, grew up in the IE, and I'm single.
Okay. How long you ladies been single?
Gosh, for like I'm like 3 years
forever?
now.
3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a year now that I've been single.
Were they both long-term relationships? Or?
For me, yeah.
Yeah, I just got out of a 5-year relationship.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. So all the way back from high school and shit?
Well, yeah, we were together for from 12 to 17, and then I had a little break for a little bit, and so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened?
We had kids, and I think that sometimes when two people have kids at a young age, it just doesn't, when you guys start learning each other as people, because you're two different people after you have children, you know what I mean? So you're having to relearn each other and learn everybody's parenting perspective, and we just didn't get along when it came to that. So
before the kids, you guys were good?
Yeah, but I think that's because we didn't really see who we were, you know what I mean? And then, like I said, when you have kids, it
made you instantly grow up. So
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and you learn to, like, how to live with them, and, you know, living with somebody is way different than just spending the night for a couple nights, having her spend the night back on hand, ready to go home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. How long was your relationship?
Well, okay, so for mine, we were together. We were fucking with each other for like 2 years. And I had met him at my last job, and we were together every day because we worked together. And so I broke up with him last year in July, so it's going to be a year. But we were still fucking with each other after that.
So what did you break up for?
Yeah, so, I mean, technically it was this year, like in February, when we said our byes and shit. But, yeah, basically it was really toxic. And
So what made you break up with him but still fuck with him?
Because, I mean, we're so comfortable with each other.
So why break up?
Because I just couldn't do the relationship with him. I couldn't be with him.
You didn't want the title?
No, I couldn't. Because I knew that I knew that shit, it wasn't going to last. And because if it's not going to last, then I know what it is at that point. And he should know what it is too, you know? And
So since you didn't want to commit, you already had people you were talking to already? Or?
no, it wasn't that. It was just that I felt like, not like I was falling out of love, but I knew it was changing, and I knew it would get to that point. And, like, I'm so loyal, I didn't want to cheat on him like that.
Okay.
And,
That's good.
I'd rather
End it before you do that.
But I still, like I said, we were still fucking with each other. Like, that was my person.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Are any of you ladies like in the, I would say, internet industry when it comes to like modeling or?
Yeah, I model sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is not really me.
She knows me that I'm always doing stuff like that. I do music videos. I do stuff like this. I model any chance I get. Yeah, I've been doing it since I was probably like 14 or 15. Yeah. So I grew up, like I said, Joshua Tree area. So in that area you have a lot of photographers and a lot of artists. And so I just started dabbling with the camera and doing self photography, and then it just kind of progressed. So
okay. Nowadays the society is always like teasing the men when it comes down to like what they can get and what they can provide. And also they always frown upon like women that are actually like in the adult industry, what they're doing, like whether it's OnlyFans, they're dancing, or they're modeling, being around like high profile men and stuff like that. They always try to look down upon it. For you women, can you explain what is the difference for a man paying for dates, trying to pretty much hook up with you, and a man just flat out just paying for sex?
There is no difference. There really is no difference, because in my head, being in the industry that I've been in for so long, and I've been in this industry not by like, oh, haha, society, because society has put onto TikTok and the media that strippers make thousands. You go out, you make thousands just by looking and being pretty, and that's not it at all. And I think a lot of women and men, it's a societal standard that there is a difference, and being in sex work, there really isn't, because girls are gonna fuck a man that takes them out on a date, after 1 or 2 dates. Realistically, the statistics of women do have sex after 1 or 2 dates. Yeah. So what's the difference if I fucking ask for a flat rate of this, rather than being taken out on a rooftop date and wasting my time? We're all getting to a point, you know what I mean? And if you're looking for this, and we're adults and we can have adult relations, I can put out my needs and what I want, just like you could put out what you want and your needs, and we should be able to have that, not think it's a difference or shame one another or it affect our future relationships, because at one point you were expecting sex out of me. So if I ask you for the direct money rather than you wasting it on a meal I don't need, then you know what I mean? It's different if a woman asks, okay, I'd like these services in exchange for sexual favors. Okay, great. You got taken out on a shopping spree and now you want to fuck. But if a woman is just being honest, what's the difference? We're all here on honest adult relations.
I can see what's up. So do you look down on the man that's with it?
No, I don't look down on any man that comes into the strip club that is looking for services. I direct them in a adult manner. You're adult enough to ask me, hey, do you do this? If you do this, how much do you do this for? I put my price out there, and if they're not comfortable with it, thank you for your time. Go on to the next girl, find what you're looking for. But if not, I'm not here to shame you.
Yeah. How do you feel about the man that comes in there and convince? I'm sure
you're trying to convince he can save you.
Like stop, like come, come home with me. Quit this job, like
girl, you don't deserve this.
You don't have to do this.
You don't gotta be out here with
I can take care of you.
And I try not to clown them. I try not to embarrass them, because really, men, the natural providers, they really do come in here and they really do see something out of us, because they hear us talk. I tell them I don't lie about most of my personal life with my customers, because the whole way to build consistent customers is to just be honest. Some men like to help me more, like to see me because they know I have kids. Some of them like to see me because they know I'm in college and they're helping me pay for my college. It's just about honesty and building that connectionship. And if they think that they can offer me something that the club cannot, God bless them, and I really appreciate the attempt. But I'm honest with them too, and I'm like, look, my schooling alone costs $15,000 plus each semester, and on top of my children, and I have so many different things in my personal life that no man could save me from financially. You know what I mean? I've dug myself a hole, but that's I'm 22. I'm putting myself out there, so a lot of men also think that I'm young and naive, and you know what I mean. So a lot of it's I try to be respectful until there's a reason to not be. You know what I mean? And most men take no perfectly fine. They'll be like, oh, okay, well, take my number or take my Instagram. They'll be like, don't worry, I'll save you. And I'm like, yeah. See you next Tuesday, Paul.
So the man's trying to save you. Do you look at him like, damn this simp?
No, and I don't know if that's just because of how I've grown up, and I kind of see you can tell. It depends. Like I said, it just depends what type of man. If the man's coming in there and he's kind of being like a jerk about it, and he's like, oh, I can save you. Why don't you want me to save you? Is my money not good enough? It's like, okay, like go back. Yeah, it's like, okay, now I'm going to separate myself from you because you think you have more than me.
Security.
Yeah, I'm like, Jew, please. I always have a automatic message, like how when you're like press one for this. I'm like but the men that are being genuine, like I said, I try not to put them in any type of category, because every man thinks they can shoot their shot, and I try to remind all the girls to be humble. We're all women, and these men come in here genuinely thinking we're beautiful sometimes and think that we're some fantasy, and we need to be respectful of that, because they're in here for a service. It's customer service too.
Okay, so would you advise the guys not to try to holler at the women?
No.
Or if you do say that, nah, go ahead and shoot your shot, how would you tell them to approach them, being that y'all done heard every
There's some
game,
women
every
that
line,
love
every
customers.
anything?
There's some women that have built consistent. I know some girls that have had customers' children, and they've taken that like they've met customers, they've gone on dates. It's became personal. If a customer comes up to me and shows interest in a dancer, I'm gonna go pull that dancer aside, not in the direct moment, because I feel like it's a little bit too spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, hey, but you know, I'm like, oh girl, come here. I'm like, homeboy over here. No, I try to ask them.
All night.
Well, some of them, you know, we've had deals with stalkers too. You know what I mean? So I never know who's asking for who, and I try to say like, okay, look, old man with the beard over there. You know what I mean? Like he's, you know. I try to see where the relationship is. If the girl's interested, like I said, I've had girls that have been like, oh, he's so hot. You know, let's get his number. Let's meet outside. And that's that. Whatever they do outside the club, like I said, we're all girls. We're all men. You know what I mean? We all got physical attraction. And it's natural for women in the stripper world. And I try to steer new dancers and new sex workers, period, away from this, because you can't always go for what you're attracted to. Because that person is not always going to have money. Now, sometimes we don't go to that person because of the money, but just because we're attracted to them, but it's really diverse.
Okay. What do you think about it?
Shit, I mean, she's
like, you gotta hear your side too.
I'm like, you talk your shit.
Now, do you see? Is there a difference between paying for sex and taking girls on dates?
A difference? I mean, also I think it really is like up to that person and how they run game. You know, because like at least for me, like I love tricks, you know. Obviously, like I love tricks.
Hey,
it
keep
is
it real.
Amen to that, sister.
You know, like my vato, he's gonna be a trick, and that's that. But at the same time, like he knows game too, and like if I'm really serious about that person, and I divide between the two, that's just my feelings and my perspective on it, you know. But I don't think you should shame, or it should be like, you know, a big old difference. But I think you know when something's game and when something isn't.
Do you look down on the dude that pays for sex?
I don't look down on it just because I know what it is, you know.
Okay.
I think at that point we both know what it is. So.
Would you ladies say both? Like majority women look down on it? They're like, damn, he has to pay for sex. That's whack.
No, women look down on women more than the men.
It's
never.
Really?
I have never heard a woman shame a man more than I've heard a group full of women shame a woman for selling the sex, which is so weird, because wouldn't you hate the asker more than the giver? I'm like, but
then those same women post those like mad provocative pictures on shaking, twerking, all that shit. So how are you gonna shame a
for getting money for it? That's why I try not to. I'm very specific on, like I said, who is in my space when it comes to game like this, because there's women that will look at you all day long and be in your face and say they respect you, but then be talking on social media and say, oh, well, women that sell sex, or 304 is this, 304 is that, you know. Oh gosh, yeah. There's every label in the book. There's every label in the book for for women that do those sexual favors, but I don't see, like I said, I don't see the names for the men. You know what I mean? So
can you ladies describe the difference between the man who don't have to take women out on dates and get sex, and describe a man that has to pay for a date or he has to pay for sex? What's the difference between those dudes?
Damn.
The media. It's all on how you present yourself. Like, and just not even just the media, but it's the dudes that come in with stacks, those fake stacks that, you know, clutch onto them like it's their rent money. But they, you know, they want to come in and seem like that. You know, they always have the girls all over them, and they always end up with taking home some girl, you know. And it's always the kind of older dudes, the older.
Or is older guys? Like around what age group you think?
Like
I feel
40.
Like it varies,
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of younger customers, not like younger, but like early 30s or so. It just depends on what your, like, not relationship status, but it's just, I guess, how you are socially interactive. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of, it's hard to stereotype them. Just it's such a diverse community. Everybody wants sex. You know what I mean? So we have even the good looking dudes too that come in and they try to buy sex, but those are usually the cheap ones. Like I said,
oh really?
The finer the dude, the cheaper they are.
Yes.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
Well, because so my tricks that I have a couple of sugar daddies and I've had them for a few years. Like I said, I've been in this game. One of them's an older veteran and he's been divorced for years, and he, it's just kind of to himself, but I feel like when they don't feel that confidence, I make him feel that confidence. Like every time he sends me a picture on his little freaking weekend adventure to the market, I'm like, wow, you look so good. Like no man is better than you. And the next thing you know, I have something in my PayPal. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's when you make them feel like that security that they don't get that from other people. And I always go for, that's why I said it's such a diverse community when it comes to who wants and who has money, but I always go for the older quiet men, because the older quiet men don't know how to ask, and so they have to be guided. And they always have told me, and I know you've seen this, the older men will always be like, you tell me what you want to spend. It's never like, oh, I have this much. It's never that. It's because they're here looking to please you so that you please them. Because they're old school like that. The younger dudes don't really know how to please us, because obviously, am I gonna go to the guy that just tipped me $4, or am I gonna go to the guy that just tipped me a $20 bill? You know what I mean? No, I'm not. I'm gonna say thank you to the $4 and I'm gonna go to the $20. You know what I mean? So
okay. But can you describe the guy though?
I can't.
You can't?
No, I can't, because it's you can't.
I feel like, I don't know, because the way that I feel, and this even just goes in like my like love life too, just because at least for me, like I know my man isn't gonna be up in no strip club. Like I don't know, they know what it is, Okay,
but I'm saying, but like, so like describe the kind of guys that
kind of
that
guy,
you go
like
for.
I feel like they just gotta know a different mindset, different perspective. Maybe they've been through some shit in life that nobody knows but them, and I think crazy recognize crazy.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I feel like when we come in there, like, you can kind of tell, like, I have a rule that when I go in there, I don't stop asking everybody until they tell me no 2 or 3 times. Because, like, I could ask them, and then I can go on stage and they see me dance, and the next thing you know, I can ask them again, and the next thing you know, they're wanting to spend money. But I go for the people. I had one customer, actually, that became a good consistent customer because I was the only girl that wasn't on her phone and came and talked to him. But he was the type of guy no girl wanted to go for. I'm not trying to be mean, but he smelled. He did not. Like, girl, no, it was one of the kids that he's
like, is this one of you like man, like I worked for this money, like.
Yeah, no, like literally, I I'm in the back, I'm like wiping my tears, and I'm like my kids better love me when I get home. I'm like, but I can't put them into categories, like I can't describe, because stinky over here.
I just feel like it really comes down to, like, honestly, okay.
I have to pocket check them.
It comes down to them being real. Like, I feel like when you're real and you're genuine and you're just like really who you are,
Can he be ugly and real and genuine?
Yeah, you could be a little funky looking and real, and I might like that. I might like a little.
I know, I'm like not the like. I'm like, I like a little tint to it.
I like a little.
So looks is not a big thing.
No, you can't judge by.
You gotta be attractive. Well, not in the game, but like that.
Is there such thing as ugly and attractive?
To me, no. I feel like each person. I can't look at somebody and be like, oh, they're ugly, because. I can't. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, keep it real. Keep it real.
Okay, you know what? There's some babies that I'll see.
Like, shit, I can't. What the fuck you talking about?
My kids, and I look at their kids, and I'm like, you got a nice stroller, because.
Whoa. Oh man.
Because your kid ugly. That's what she was trying to say.
Damn. Maybe there is ugly and attractive, but to me, it's just how the conversation goes. But I think, like I said, I've grown up where I kind of conversation is the main point in game. You can't sit and look pretty, because if you sit and look pretty, they're gonna be like, Miss Ma'am, the lights are on, but nobody's home. You know what I mean?
So would you guys say that you said the attractive guys are more cheap, maybe because they usually get sex on a regular.
No,
maybe?
for sure. Because when they go on
They
social
feel more
media,
entitled.
Already thinking they're that guy, so then when they got a cute little face, you know, they're like,
which sometimes even I'm not even gonna lie, like I'll be like, damn, I'd fuck you like outside of work because they, you know, they are my type or whatever, like, and we are human or whatever, but we're here for. When I'm in work mode, regardless wherever I'm stomping at, like I'm in work mode, so your looks mean nothing to me. Like I'm solely looking at what's in your pockets. That's why I said I pickpocket. I'll be looking. I'll be like, you only got how much? I'm like, go down the street a little bit. I'm like, you can go on to the. I'm like, you're not for here right now.
Listen, any questions?
No. No, because that one question I had.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh man, that show's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Who had that ugly baby though?
To be honest, that's like a generational
I
story.
think a lot of people have ugly kids.
I know, me too.
It starts out for the first couple of months like that, and then they grow.
But I hate when they try to convince you of that shit. They be like, "My baby is it."
are you sure about that?
You know damn well if my kid look like this, you be laughing. Shut the fuck up. Like
It'd be a meme right now. I feel like I'm not posting it. Sometimes I feel like some people cover their baby spaces for the grace of
That's sad. That's sad. Would you ladies say nowadays, do majority of women take advantage of men, or are men just stupid?
In what way?
She said both.
I'm like, she did not even breathe before saying
Well,
that.
like we always just have to
Aren't
take
the
it.
same?
Yeah, we always have to take it back to,
She's like,
and we have to go off of base of what we see. And social media is like women are getting the bag, and they just dudes are suckers, and they just tricks, and they just paying. So, are tricks actually good guys, but the women are good manipulators, or the men just stupid?
Some men don't understand the point in tricking, so they're stupid because they'll do things and not set expectations or boundaries. Because like when you come into this shit, you have to be like, look, I'm giving you this money for this. Because
So
if you
be
just,
clear with it.
yeah, fuck yeah. If you fucking hand me a stack of money, what the fuck do you think I'm gonna do? If you're not telling me what the fuck to do, I'm gonna take that money. I'm gonna fucking bye. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, Trick David, you didn't tell me what the fuck to do, so I'm like, don't be crying about when your money's gone. But, you know, I feel like a lot of people don't set. Women are good manipulators towards the vulnerable. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we can sense when a man's
So give us
emotionally down.
three things that you sensing to do. You be like, okay, I can
Drunk, drunk man. Oh, I'm going for you. Like you're fucking you better hide yourself because I'm going for you. Like they, you know, and I'm not even trying to be fucked up, but they be like, oh, you know, women have to watch out for men when they're no, like you better watch out for fucking me when you're drunk because your wallet, your fucking keys. I'm gonna be like, which car is making that beeping
Oh
noise?
shit. Okay.
No, but drunk, depressed looking. I'm like, if
Yeah,
you're in the
they
corner,
like-
Describe a depressed dude in the club. What the fuck is he doing?
fucking, they look like they look like they're like falling asleep or fucking they don't go to the tip. Like they go kind of sit like by themselves and they won't go tip.
So they sit
They'll,
in the
like,
back.
Yeah, they'll kind of just be like all slouched
they're
and
just
like
there to watch.
depressed.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
then and you can tell which ones like which ones are like emotionally vulnerable. Like you'll go sit and you'll be like, oh, how was your day? And they'll just start like burst out crying and I'm just like,
What the?
I'm like, well, my therapy session is like, I'm like the VIP. We could cry back there, but you know, it's usually the I'm not even gonna be fucked up, but it's the drunk people,
Okay. What age group?
20 to 50.
Literally,
I'm like
yeah.
maybe even
Really?
80.
That wide range?
I'm like some
Yeah.
of
Big
them.
ass range.
I feel like sometimes when I take some of them back, like I'm like taking advantage of somebody's grandpa, but I try to remember it's just business.
Yeah.
If he dies in the back, he dies in the back.
So, whoa.
He better buy his will
Whoa.
so that way I can alter it real fast.
Oh man, like that.
Oh, it'd be funny though if he died in the back and he didn't have the money to pay her in the first place.
I'm like, that's an odd way to
he
get out
died
of
with
it.
a W.
All right, so to keep it a stack, most, let's say we in Southern California, 5 strip clubs. How many girls in there are really like you can get that private session?
God, it's It depends where you go, like, cause there's clubs out here that I work at specifically so I could do services, and there's clubs out here that I specifically work at so I don't have to be in that surrounding. You know what I mean? But there's girls. There's usually at least like 5 girls. At least five. Because you have to remember the most that we have in a night is like what 20 or 30. Yeah. So probably like 5 to 15 max. Half of those girls do services, but it's not that. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's not too common anymore, but there's Fig and there's, you know, places out in Pomona where girls go and they stomp those grounds rather than going to the club nowadays. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the club too much
so,
anymore.
So for men, where would you recommend for them to, like, pretty much, if you're going to skip the date and shit, like, look, if you're just trying to just do business with a woman and this what it is, it's better to hit the streets, try to talk to somebody on OnlyFans, or hit the strip club?
Never OnlyFans. Never OnlyFans. If you try to talk to an OnlyFans model, you're not going to get anywhere because a lot of soul internet creators feel like they're still hypocritical on services because it affects their money. You know what I mean? The streets, if you're looking for like a quick, like, okay, I go to your hotel room or we fuck in the car, like, you know, you're going to want to go out to Fig, you know, and go collect somebody real fast. But if you're looking for time, like actual spending time, even if it ends up in sex, you're gonna want to go to a club because clubs, that's where like I said, that's where I find a lot of my consistent customers because they'll be like,
that's where that connection's built.
Yes, and then they want to come back and they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll save this night for me, and I save that night for them, and they know my rate, and that's just that. You know what I mean? But if I go out to Fig, I'm gonna have dudes that are hollering at me for fucking $100, $50 blowjobs, and I'm like, sir, I know I'm on the street right now, but do I look like a piece of trash to you? Like, no, you could go stick it in a fucking ruffle bag for all I care for that price.
All right. If it's like 10 guys, how many try to negotiate the price?
Yeah.
Fucking like 9? Fucking 9.5? I'm like the half of that 10th man, he wants to, but he knows if he starts to, I'm gonna say no. Because I always try to set that kind of aggression and dominance in the beginning because I'm like, look, I'm not a fucking soup kitchen. I'm not a Edison bill. I'm not here to make payment plans. I'm not here to adjust to your price. My price is my price. And my time is worth that. My time, my body, my anything. And if you can't afford a luxury, then why are you here? Because like I said, I'm not here as a necessity. You don't need sex. You could go use your hand and some fucking paper towels for all I care. I really don't care. But I am not here to be your personal $50 service woman. You know what I mean? So
how much should that man go to the club with? Like this is like bare minimum. Like, ain't no girl in here gonna talk to you unless you got this much.
If you buy VIPs, like, you just have to have a couple hundred, like even just 500, just going in and spending that on VIPs. We're gonna respect you so much just because you didn't waste our time. You came in here with a set amount, you spent it, and that's that. But if you're trying to be a big baller, like we just had a big baller the last weekend who pulled out like 1,000 to 2,000 and was throwing a couple hundred each girl set, and he was he came with intent, and that dude probably left with so many numbers, you know what I mean? But that's because he was genuine and he had money to spend.
That PPP
Would you say it was like a artist or something? Or?
I don't know. I didn't think he was. I think it was just, we have customers sometimes that really just support where we work and really like the girls there or know the owners or the DJs, so they try to just support the whole community, and they'll carry us girls pretty far. And like I said, it's funny because it's usually the people you wouldn't expect to have the money that have the money.
Okay. Yeah. And then you describe how that most men, they look at the women that work in the industry and be like, oh, they're thinking that everybody's making this stacked money. I know that, like, I think maybe it comes from like OnlyFans, maybe that like a lot of women portray that they're just like making in.
It's TikTok.
And just balling.
It's TikTok. It's just TikTok because it's so many girls that will highlight the glamour side of it. Like, oh, okay, look, I have $10,000. That $10,000 didn't come. And they don't mention how they do sex work for that. 90% of those women that flash those big stacks, they're doing shit outside of that fucking VIP.
So how much is the average girl that doesn't do the side extra stuff and just dances and goes home?
It depends your game. If you have really good game, like you can leave with like 500 to 1,000. I've had good nights where I've made 5,000 to 8,000, you know, just because of tips on stage, consistency. I work in downtown LA. I work everywhere in SoCal. I work at like 10 different
Yeah, I know
clubs.
a lot of girls that, because we've had a handful of girls that be on the show that dance. They always like.
Oh, club hop!
Yeah,
You have to. You can't be sitting one place at all because the money is always fluctuating. So you always want to have diversity.
Makes sense.
Okay. So do you ladies recommend for, in the long run, even as beautiful as a like dancer could be, should they ever want to be serious with a?
I think so. I think being with a dancer is like you mean like being with them ultimately? Like
like to commit.
Oh
yeah.
I feel like a dancer is one of the best partners you could have.
Why so?
We're so emotionally aware. Like, I mean, come on, we're literally dealing with such vulnerable, emotional people all day long.
Our job consists of like 10 different things. Like
we're mothers. We're mothers.
Low key psychologists, because y'all got to sit there and listen
I
to
study
other guys' problems.
So I've been
shit.
studying psychology for almost 4 years now. I'm a substance abuse counselor. Apart from this, right? I deal with adolescents and adults that freshly come out of prison and have to do with drug court, and then I deal with adolescents that come in from drug, consistent families, yada yada, and I deal with so much diversity with that stuff and stuff like that, that I've learned that when it comes down to building like relationships like that and stuff like that, like we're mothers more than anything. We do so much. Like we fix our shoes, we fix each other's hair, we're hairdressers, makeup artists, we deal with emotional people, like
everything.
What couldn't you have out of a dancer? Yeah. And we make money on top of that, so you don't have to worry about us, you know what I mean, like ever asking you like, oh, can we have this or can we have that, because we'll have that plus more. What we bring to the table isn't really 9-to-5s can do it too. Every woman is different, every woman makes their hustle different.
So what kind of man does it take mentally to date a stripper though?
A real one.
Confident.
I mean, we always get that saying over here is just a real man. Real man does this, real man does that.
Someone who's knowledgeable, someone who's smart,
Knowledgeable of what? Of what my woman's going to be doing?
Knowledgeable of life too, like someone who actually like understands,
knows what they're talking about, knows who they are. Like if a man comes up to me and it's like, oh, I want to take you, so I had. Actually, that just happened. The dude that said he wanted to take me on a rooftop date. This dude, oh my God, he left the VIP in love, fucking whatever, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna take you on a rooftop date in LA. And I just kind of like laughed at him, and I'm like, you don't think I could do that for myself? I do that like every other Friday or Saturday with my girlfriend. I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, but I could tell his security was materials. Like he offers materials. You know what I mean? I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't need a man that is gonna buy my love or search for like. Another thing is, a lot of men that try to date strippers, they have mommy issues. Like, they don't have... A lot of men that come into the club, they don't...
Describe that. What is it?
Men that don't grow up with...
just like an emotional figure.
A feminine... Like, somebody that tends to their nurturing side. Like, their feminine side. Every man has a feminine side. And it's not a bad thing. It's that you can be a father. You can be friends with women. If you don't have a feminine side, you can't be friends with women or have children, because you can't tune into that part of your femininity. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to look at it from both sides. Like, I can look at your side when you're talking about male things, and I can understand what you're saying, and I try to understand your perspective. But a lot of men, when they hear like women things, they shut down, because they're like, oh, that has nothing to do with me, I'm not a woman. You know what I mean? And so a lot of men will come in there and they'll be searching for that nurturing, like, oh, you're so great, good job on your job, like, do you want this, like, how do I do this for you? It's like a service type thing. Like, they're just looking for companionship and that love they never got at home or with their wife per se.
So would you say that they're very soft and not as masculine?
Not soft, they just don't know how to develop normal relationships with women, or else they wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Like, if you okay, so like, let's say,
like, I think they want to, but they don't know how.
Yeah, exactly. And they have to have guidance, and we're kind of like the guidance, like, okay, well, this is how you talk to women, like, I'll send you off next time. Like,
I mean, we get guys that like ask us a lot of questions that most of the time I never looked at it like that, to be like, oh, this guy have mommy issues. I just see that it comes with a lot of things with just confidence, and it's just automatically for a man, no one wants to be turned down. I mean, women don't want to be turned down either, but a lot of men like have a problem when it comes to like getting dismissed and rejected. Oh yeah. So
well, a lot of women do too, though. Being in the club industry, like, women are constantly getting turned down for dances. Like, you have to remember, we have so much competition, and so women, it's hard to take that away and be like, okay, is it me or is it them? That's why I said I have a three strike rule. I'm not gonna stop until you tell me no 3 times, because something may change and you may be like, oh well, maybe I do want to dance with her, maybe I do want to talk to her, you know what I mean? But sometimes we get told no a lot, and we have to learn how to be confident after that and still go. Like, if there's a group full of people, you have to be able to go from one person to the next person to the next person, and not be like, okay, well, 3 told me no, so should I just walk away? You know what I mean? No, you gotta be confident and keep going.
Okay. How do you describe the man that comes in there and he's faking it? He's fake baller. He's fake confidence, fake masculine.
And they got the fake Gucci, fucking the Ross Gucci.
G's are going the right way.
I'm like, I see the green around their neck. I'm like, you've been showering with that fucking shit for years.
So they always come in there flashy?
Oh, yeah. And then, like I said, they clutch it. I'm like, throw money. And they'll be like,
they'll make sure you see the money, but they won't throw it.
Yes. And then they'll like, or they'll be like sitting in the back, and I'll be like, you want to dance? And they'll be like, no, I'm just here to watch. I'm like, watch what? You just pulled out like $1 million ones. Like, you gotta watch your rent money. Like, don't go nowhere. Fuck it. And, like,
so guys come in there with stacks sometimes and never spend and just leave it.
No,
what do they do? Like they set it out to attract the women?
They go in there for the pictures, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, no, okay, see, I'm like a dog. If I see a person start fucking recording, I don't like when men record me. I don't do, like, we in the clubs that I work at, we have a no media rule. Like, you're not gonna record my butthole. You're not even spending money. Like, what the hell? Maybe if you threw like 200, all right, I'm gonna turn the other way while you record whatever. But like, you don't even spend $5 and you're trying to over here like Zoom, like, fuck it. I'm like, for what to take home? You know, I'm like, go back home, get yourself a bottle and watch some Pornhub. Like, you don't gotta come out here and pull out your Cash Aid or your SSI for fucking and be like, oh, Susie, come over here, come sit with me for an hour. I might give you $5.
Okay. Shit. So the flashy dudes are the ones.
It's not, and sometimes it's not even the flashy dudes. Sometimes it's like the older dudes too. Like, they'll be sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if they just expect us to come in and be like, you want your dick sucked or something. Like, I'm like, this is not no brothel. Like, we don't even got alcohol most of the time.
Oh, for real?
Well, so
wait,
18
full
plus.
news, there's no,
I only work
no...
at full news, so it's like 18 plus. So I have fucking energy drinks. I'm like, you're like on your 5th Red Bull, sir. I'm like, you're gonna have a heart attack if you don't get a dance. I'm like,
what about?
Oh shit.
What about ones that like
sir?
you don't do just topless ones? Is there like no money to be made there?
I do topless when I'm feeling like there's no money at the nudes. Sometimes I'll fluctuate, but to be honest, it's just like dudes that come to the bars, it's such a 50-50. You're either gonna have the drunk dude that is spending all his money and is like, fuck yeah, I don't give a fuck about my check, or the dude that's like, I'm so drunk, my wife's gonna come and kill me, and he's paranoid in the corner, and I'm like, dude, she can't see your location, like, your phone is like out there somewhere, and you know. But at nude clubs, they have a purpose. Like, they come in, they want to see pussy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, they want to see shit, they want to get a dance, they're here for something. But fucking alcohol gives too much leverage for freedom. Like, I feel like we shouldn't have alcohol at clubs, period, because for one, sexual assault.
Guys get to grab you.
Yes. Well, fucking, you know, dudes they come in drunk at the fucking 18 plus too, but it's like, at least then they have a, like, you can't come in and out and be drunk at an 18 plus. But when you're at a fucking 21 plus, you're sitting at the bar ordering drinks, you know what I mean, the whole fucking time. So then you got dudes pissing on themselves. Some dude swallows my gum. He was so drunk. I knew he was drunk, and I was fucking making fun of him with the other dancers, and I was fucking being an ass because he was sliding down the fucking thing, drunk as fuck, being stupid. So I came up to him, and I'm like, your breath stinks. I'm like, you want my gum? And he's like, yeah, give it to me. I'm like, I'm chewing it. You want it? And he's like, yeah. Took it, ate it, swallowed it. I was like, man, you know what? What? You don't even know what type of shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's the type of men we got at the 21 plus.
What
dog.
the fuck is wrong with these people?
You don't even know what type of shit. I could have just ate tacos, ate some fucking gum, have fucking carne asada all up in that gum. You didn't know. You just chew my shit.
Man.
But you know, at 18 plus, there's not too much of that. The dudes are usually sober and direct.
Can you ladies describe a thirsty man in the club? Something that's happened that your experience.
A thirsty man.
Yeah.
Should I bring up the $4 fucking grip?
Now that you're already bringing it up, yes.
I'm like, I don't know if that's thirsty, Well, fuck it. So we had a group last weekend or the weekend before. I had a group that everybody was tipping. The tip row was full, but there was like these couple of younger kids. This is why I don't go for the younger dudes either, because they don't know like boundaries, like the older men. So there's two things that can happen when you're on stage and you're nude. A dude's either gonna come up and touch your butt and try to touch you, and you're gonna say no, and he's gonna tip you more because he's embarrassed or feels bad and will continue tipping you to show you respect, or he'll be like, oh, okay, sorry, and leave. And this dude, I don't know if he just was like stupid or whatever he thought, but he fucking was putting $4 on my butt and then cupped it and stuck his fingers like, and I was like, I took off my shoes. I started taking off my shoes, and I was like, if you gotta put $4 to try to finger a girl, like, come on, like, do you just walk up to any girl and do this, or is it just because where I'm at, or like, So then I'm screaming at my
I paid $4 for this.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, and I'm like, it wasn't just like a quick insert and release. It was like I'm sitting there fighting this man, and I'm like, I'm calling my fucking manager. I'm like, Joseph, get over here. I'm like, kick this man out. All the girls are like, what just happened?
I know. I
like,
was all sitting down like, wait, what the fuck? I just saw her like screaming at some fool, and I was like, hold on.
I'm all running off stage.
I go in the back and I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah,
I'm like, hell, and those are the type of desperate men we have. You can't get pussy, so you're over here sexually assaulting women because I'm naked. Like, boy, I put my whole butthole to your nose. You can't do nothing about it except just
I paid
believe.
$4 for that shit. No, I paid for it.
I have to be considerate of the low ballers over here. The $4.
Like, were you there when that one fool was there and he was holding on to his $7 for you? Like, he was just holding on to it. And
you're like, tip. He's like,
he was like at the tip, he would be sitting there and he'd be like, he'd throw $1, and then he'd just have it right there, just holding on to it for dear life, and just expecting like some girl to be like, oh my god, you have $7.
Or the ones that roll up the dollar bills and they'd be like, let me insert it, or like let me. I'm like, sir, if you come that close to me with that dollar bill again, I'm gonna bend your fingers back. I'm gonna do it. Don't fucking.
So how long have you ladies been dancing?
God damn it.
I've been in sex work, like in dancing. So I've been dancing since I was 18. So like 3, 4, whatever fucking years now. But I've been in sex work since I was younger. So I've been keen to the game for a little bit longer than just like just stripping. You know what I mean?
What about for you?
And then for me, I've been dancing for like 6 months.
6 months? Okay.
Yeah, and then like sex work since I was younger, on and off. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, being that you guys have the experience like that, like you understand. I would feel like you guys understand more of men game. Whereas whether they're trying to come straight at you respectfully or they're just trying to hustle you, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like that's real. I have a radar.
But I'm saying like, but we have all types of dudes that watch the show, and it's some of them that really want to learn how to like just be conservative and get a traditional girl and keep her home, stuff like that. And some guys want to skip the line and be like, man, fuck it, I got money, I'd rather just spend it and just like come at the girl like this, but I don't know how.
The key to getting a traditional wife is to find somebody that wants to be a traditional wife. Like ultimately, yeah, I'm 22. I've been in the game for a long time, and I didn't have the best growing up, and that's what led me into this industry. And that's why I feel like it's very disrespectful nowadays too, that we have all these little girls that come from very built households that they've never tried to get a job, they've never tried to be a real person before coming into the sex work game.
They just go straight to OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, and they see the bands, like I said, they don't see fucking all this the nights of us crying.
All I gotta do is get naked and I get all that.
And a man's gonna think I'm pretty or whatever. But
like you see so many girls coming in and like saying like, oh yeah, like it's not like TikTok, and then you never see their face again. Like,
they'll only come in for a little bit. Yeah, but you have to, in order to get a traditional wife, you gotta find that. You can't make a whole housewife. Like right now, if you would have asked me, oh, okay, I'll provide you everything to stay home. Fuck no. I'm in my prime time. I do music videos. I'm like, look, my kids are set. I'm at a point where I love myself and the confidence that dancing brings and so many opportunities. I never would have been as big of a model as I am now. I never would have got opportunities with music video artists like I have. Like, it's really different being a dancer because it gives you a pathway if you let it. Okay. So many women touch bands and never go anywhere with it. Yeah,
because they don't know how to manage the money too. That shit. Have you, in your experience, I mean, no names at all, but have you ever hooked up with any celebrities?
I've had a lot of celebrities that have tried. Yeah.
Like, pretty much say like when you go on video shoots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've tried, but I have a rule where I won't, because I feel like I don't have to do that. Like, they already have taken interest in me because what I have to offer myself, you know, if that's what you're shooting for, let me know that. But I've laid out my cards, like, you know, this is a business for me. I'm not here looking for any sexual nothing with anybody. I really don't care what your name is. I got a name too, you know what I mean? We're all here building ourselves, and just because you're a little bit further down the line doesn't mean I'm gonna fuck you for some clout, you know. Well, no, really, I know a lot of girls.
At least you said,
well, yeah, I can build myself. I want to build myself on a foundation where I don't have to say, oh, I fuck this person for this opportunity or nothing. All the opportunities I've gotten is because of who I associate with and how I present myself. You know what I mean? And I'm confident with that to where I don't have to. But I don't knock anybody that does. Shit, if you want to fuck somebody, you're fucking do it. You know, do you. Like I said, we're all fucking human. We all got to fuck, dude. Like, it's just human nature. We're all going to end up fucking somebody. You know what I mean?
I mean, but most men, they want it to be them. That's all.
Well, I think every man wants it to be them. You know what I mean? When they find somebody and they're like, "Oh, this bitch is bad. Like, I'm gonna have her on my shit." Of course, they probably want to fuck, but it's like, you're gonna have to do more than step. You know, little offering me to be on your music video for me to fuck you. Like, you got a mansion or something. I'm like, can you at least take me?
She said that.
Can you put me? I'm like, shit. Even if you don't give me a car, you're gonna take me on a ride in your fast car. I'm like, we could fuck in the car. I don't want to fuck like, you know, in between sets. I'm like, God, fuck.
Damn, they be doing that shit.
I'm sure, dude. Girls, a lot of 304s and just sex workers in general, they're trying so hard to make themselves a name, and I totally get that. But they're touching, like I said, so much money and getting so many opportunities with these people that they're fucking up because they're bringing relations into that. You can't fuck who you're doing business with. Just like you can't do business with friends, you can't do anything like that. You cannot fuck your way to the top, or else we'd all be at the top. A lot of women, like,
that is true.
I'm like, fuck, you know, we'd all be a lot of us women would be at the top. But once you fuck that person, and that's the thing too, men, and I'm not trying to be mean, but it's how the game works. Once you fuck that person, what's so special about you now? What's special is you holding out and you not playing it because you're different. And I'm not trying to be like a pick-me. Oh, you're different because you didn't fuck. But it's like you're not being like, oh, you got a blue check by your name. Spray's open. You know what I mean? Like, it's different.
Majority of the women that are in the industry, like say like just in the club, when somebody comes in and trying to say, I'm trying to tell you ladies who I am, like, just in case you didn't know, this is who I am. Like, do those women like buy that shit?
If I look you up on Instagram and you're legit, I'm gonna respect you because like you're putting yourself out there to where we kind of like, women are gonna obviously flock to you if you're somebody. You know what I mean?
So status matters. So.
Yeah, because you have to think, like you said though, like the ones that are flashy and the ones that like say, you know, women tend to go for. See, I'm gonna see if you're really, just because you have a name, like I said, doesn't mean you got bands to your name. You know what I mean? You could fucking have the most followers on Instagram. Your pockets could be so dry. You know, I hear the change clacking. At that point, I'm like, you know, well, you know, but then you could be, you know, such a low status, and nobody knows
like
you.
A low key
Upcoming artist, and you could fucking ball out, spend thousands on me, you know. So I try to just see who's really about what they like. Young X says he's like, oh, actually rap what I do or whatever. It's like when you actually are talking about what you do, you don't have to put yourself out there like that. Those who know. Like weird recognizes weird or whatever, real recognizes. Well, no, seriously, because like we be going for our type, you know. We, especially with our tattoos and piercings, a lot of women don't have that in the industry, so we have to go for a certain type of men that go for us, our style. You know what I mean? Because a lot of women have the BBLs and they have the lip fillers and the blonde hair. I don't go for that shit because I make more money off the dudes that don't you know what I mean? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. The dudes that, like, because, like I said, I have a farm and shit, and I'm real with my shit, so I'm like, look, I don't got nothing. I don't got a BBL. My shit's natural. If you don't like the way my shit claps, oh, well, somebody's claps better, you know what I mean? We all got a type, but if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. But the money, you usually find which customers have the money in your customer base, you know what I mean?
You know who you
Exactly. You try. It's
so you
kind
can
of
see
like
it. You can.
Yeah.
You see what they do?
It's usually after a couple minutes you can tell. You like a couple words and you can tell this person wants to talk. This person wants you around them.
You just know, even when just them looking at you, like you just know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know some dudes I'd be walking up and they just give you a look and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make my way back around. I'm not gonna.
I know that look.
Yeah, I'm like, I hear the no already. I don't need to fucking, you know.
Okay.
And it's not like I said it. I try not to take it as a confidence thing because everybody has a type.
No, I would say
I
I think you probably just have to read the dude. Like we have a friend that like he's like into like strip clubs. He likes to go in there and just chill with the girls a little bit, buy a dance or two. And like one time he's just going through some shit with this girl, and I was just like, "Fuck, I'll roll with you." He's like, "Not my thing, but I'll roll." So we went with them. We was in there for maybe like a couple hours, and he's just like, "Man, I'm gonna buy your dance." I'm like, "Man, save your money. It's cool. I'm good." Yeah. But then like I'm not paying attention. I was on my phone real quick, and I look at the girl like, she's like, "Hey," she's like, "Want me to give you a dance here, over here?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, your boy paid for your dance." And I'm like, "Fuck." He's like, "Man, go ahead." And I was just like, "Yeah, all right." So like I really just wasn't into it, and just kind of just chilling. And she's like, trying to give you a dance. She's like, not gay or anything, right? I'm like, nah, I'm just like, this just ain't my thing.
Yeah.
Like no disrespect to you, like you're attractive and all, but this ain't my thing and shit.
At that point, I'd be like, "Hey, let's just have a conversation real quick."
Yeah. That's what she actually did, because like she actually said, "You know what? Fuck it, like, so I'm gonna chill with you guys." So she sat with us and she's like, "I'm gonna go make some money real quick." So she went, got some money for this, but still came back and chilled with us. It was like chilling, so she was cool. Like she was cool about it.
I like making friends too at the club. Like the dudes that like are. Like, if there's nobody around, there's no money to be made, I'll tell the dudes just like that. Like, okay, let me go get my money real fast. I'll be back and off. Because some dudes are just cool to converse with. Like, they're cool-ass people. I learn shit off of them just like they learn shit off of me. You know what I mean?
Or, like, I'd be asking them questions like, "Oh, so do you like this?" Or, like, "Do you like when a girl, like, comes up to you right away?" Or, like, you know.
Shit, sharpen up your game and shit.
He's like, "Are you in stripper mode or just chill mode?" I'm like, "Just chill mode right now."
I'm just trying to figure out my game. Yeah, because if they're not biting your game, then it's good to just kind of use them as like you got to use them as something. You can't just sit there and be fuck. I know you can't just sit there and look at it. I hate when they be doing that.
All right, next question. I know you guys gonna be like, "Oh shit," but like we know what's up. Like, just be like transparent and just honest. We've had a handful of, because I said we were over 100 women we already interviewed already. I say at least 30% of them been sex workers or in the industry.
I think I know where this is going.
So they always say this, and we just have to just add more data to what we're getting fed back. They always say that, and they recommend for other women and everything, that they don't like to deal with African American men for a reason.
I know. I'm like, you're talking to a plug.
No, not saying that they don't love you.
No, they don't love you.
They don't want to deal with
it.
Yeah,
that's hard to do business. They said it's bad to do business.
Like, that's what we're saying though. Like, they love us, so we love them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Because the ones we've talked to, they said they don't like to deal with them because they always try to negotiate the price.
Or
they'll try to not pay you or all kinds of shit like that.
Younger black men though. It's younger. It's the younger black men. It's not the older black men. The older black.
Those ones are the sweethearts.
Yeah, I just had an older black man last Saturday. Because Sunday we were closed. But last Saturday, he was an older black dude, had a nice little chain on, fucking handsome ass man. He spent like $300-$400 on a VIP, and he wasn't trying to be weird or anything. He was just an older dude just trying to just get some good time. He got multiple VIPs with other women, but I always go for the black dudes, and I try to go for the younger black dudes too, but it's hard because they. So
the mentality is different.
So I had it's that does happen a lot because I had an incident where I told these two like little like 18, 19-year-olds my price. I was like, look, I charge $1,000 flat for an hour, and if you can't afford that, that's fine, but like that's just it, $1,000 for an hour. And so he's like, no, I got that. Like, if you're legit, I'm legit. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm ready to meet up with them. They're we have our spot or whatever. I pull up and he pulls out like maybe like 300, and I'm like, what's that? I'm like, where's the rest?
He said, what's that?
I'm like,
turns it over. Where's it?
Yeah, I'm like, are they stuck together really crispy? I'm like, what's that? And he's like, well, no. I give you this now, and then the rest after. I say, you think you're gonna stick your dick in me for $300, and you think I'm just gonna trust your word is bond over here? I'm like, sir, I don't even know your fucking name. Like, I'm like, you think word is bond? I'm like, sir, no. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And he's like, oh, so what? Like, no? And I'm like, no, I told you something. You're blatantly disrespecting me. You wasted my time. I could be on my way home right now. Yeah. But you could have said this in the club. You could have asked a negotiation, a price, instead of fucking making me drive all the way over here and you know what I mean?
So you won't take 300? No.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Bye.
and it's usually just a certain type, like ones that are upcoming rappers think they're too, hot to touch. Oh, well, I don't gotta pay for pussy. Okay, so why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
If you don't gotta pay, then why the fuck are you over here trying to negotiate with me? Because you do have to pay. You just don't want to pay top dollar. And the thing is the cheaper women go, the more it fucks with our game. Because we got bitches.
Honestly, I feel the same for men. I feel like. No, I mean I know I know she got a shit, but like the more men trick and simp on women, it makes it harder for men to just get actual relationships because the women are just like what the fuck, like you're gonna take me to this cheap place or you're not gonna spend that much money on
or offer anything to get a good woman. Yeah. Us as women, and I know you're the same because that's why we're friends. Good attracts good. We've been friends for a while, so it's like I feel like when a man comes up to me and I'm super interested in him and he's just genuine and he's cool, I don't want him to spend anything on me. I want to spend on him. I want to take care of him. That's why I'm like, that's why you can't talk to me because being with a stripper, you're going to get tricked out by me. My kids come first, my bills come first, and after that, baby, it's all you. Like,
well, I wouldn't say she's a stripper, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you've seen the clips and shit that we had on the show, but like she pretty much like laid out everything. She told us like her prices, everything, how dudes like work and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Please don't, because that fucks with the game so bad. Okay. Yeah, that's so bad. Yeah.
She's probably sitting there looking at her. She said what?
No, I reposted it and I was like, no, please tell me this is a joke. No, fuck no. And women like that, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Do not be in the game. Like if you're really that desperate, please go out, go be a lot lizard, go out to the lots. Don't fucking be all up in my club.
So real quick, what about the what's that shit called? What's that shit called?
She said lot lizard.
What's the fucking website called? What's the fucking the niggas go-to website? What the fuck is that shit called?
I don't find a lot lizard.
Oh, fuck.
Something like that, ain't it?
Crawler.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Let's crawler.
Yeah. So I guess it's like a website. It's like a back page.
Yeah, it's like a back page.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's those girls. That's what they're telling us.
And it'll have like all your information and then what you're into, what you fuck with, blah blah.
Price, blah blah blah
and
blah.
We've been on there, and majority of the shit on there it says no AA. Even the black chicks say it. No
really?
Yeah. That's why we've been like, what is with that? So I asked now, like, hey,
no, to be
shit?
honest,
and a lot of girls have been like, man, I try to do business with them, and they flat out like lowball me, or they try to like hit me.
Lowballing is one thing. Okay, you deal with lowballing all the time, but that shouldn't. I don't stop fucking with a certain race because I have fucking white dudes and Mexican dudes. Mexican dudes be the cheapest. Fucking Mexican. Fuck
we heard
yeah.
They pay the most.
No, paisas are fucking bro. Hell
really?
No. Dude,
they seem thirsty to me. They seem like they would pay.
Okay, it depends. If you got one that's established, okay. I've had Mexican men that will ball out. You know, like I said, I have such a diverse community of customers. It doesn't matter what race they are, and I won't ever, I don't ever give any race the cold shoulder just because somebody else just lowball me, because that person could fucking ball out, so much. And that's why I tell all the girls too, go for the people that you don't think, like, even if you think the younger black dudes are gonna fucking negotiate you, who cares? You wasted like 5 minutes. You could have, who knows, in that 5 minutes you could either get a really good deal or you could have your time wasted. Oh well, we wasted our time on worse. Like you know what I mean? Exactly. Why discriminate against customers? All customers are the same. Money's money.
Yeah, we've had a handful of girls that come in, they just be like,
the bitches don't make money like that. If you start fucking putting shit into category, that's why I don't like the bitches that are like, oh, he doesn't have good hygiene, oh, this and that,
too good and this and that.
And
like,
they can't touch a customer.
You're here to hustle and that's that.
We're all humble here. Unless somebody's disrespectful or sexually assaults me.
I mean, but really though, you guys think that there's not a girl that works in the club that feels like she's higher than you guys?
Oh yes. There's every bitch. Every bitch is no, every bitch really that I'm honest about what I do, and that intimidates a lot of girls. A lot of girls, they don't like the fact that I'm honest and just straightforward. But if you think you're better than me, girl, I'm gonna let you know something, because no, you're not. You get fucked for a hamburger, I get fucked for 1,000 an hour. Like, I'm sorry, but like, we don't compare. Fuck no.
She said we ain't the same.
Not even a meal, nigga. Not even a meal. A hamburger.
You know what I mean?
You don't even get cheese, motherfucker.
Fuck no, they don't even got any condiments.
Real quick, to back it up a little bit on your past, did your ex, was he cool with it? Or?
So I got into the way I grew up is I I didn't have any, stability. And so that's why I got into a relationship so young. And I laid it out for him. I'm like, look, I do this, and that. If you don't respect that, be grateful that you don't have to live like that. Because he had a sister, he had females in his family. And I tried to tell him, like, don't interrupt my shit. And he didn't like it. I settled down with the kids for a little bit. That's why I'm saying you can't fucking make a hoe a housewife, because I was a housewife for a little bit. Most miserable time of my life.
Really?
I feel like if I was connected with the person, it'd be so much easier, and I would love myself in my life and enough to be that. But I feel like confidence, like I said, is such a big thing nowadays, that independence builds confidence more than codependency. So you're in these codependent relationships, these long-term relationships, and
it's cool. I feel like the 50-50 thing, or what woman provides for her own, is actually cool. But like, as long as you remain feminine, like, I don't be like.
Well, but you have to be able to provide that space for a woman. What I mean?
Yeah, but we always address men that like you have to be able to support her, like, lifestyle, plus on top of that with security, so where she feels safe to let her guard down, to where she doesn't have to act all tough and macho
and fucking have a backup plan. Yeah, because that's we get cold feet, because God forbid something happens and you just up and leave, because you know what I mean, then we're fucked. So you can't ever depend on anybody. I tell males that too. I have my little brother, so I have custody. I have 5 kids total. So I have a lot of different eyes, different age groups, different genders that are looking at me. But I tell my brother all the time, everything I say, just because I talk to the girls about this, it's for you too. Don't ever be dependent on anybody. Don't ever, build something on a foundation that you don't have access to. You know what I mean? Because once you don't have access to foundation, you crumble, and your whole thing crumbles.
Okay. Is that the reason why you guys fell out? Or?
No, it was more of just, we just didn't parent the same. And I started going to school for psychology. I have a very direct plan for myself, and I've had that for a long time. Growing up how I've matured really, really fast. So him being a couple years older than I am, we were just on 2 different maturities. Like, I was already
way more mature than he was.
Yes, and so me having the babies even mellowed me out more. And
you were already grown. Then when you had the kids, you had to grow up even more. So.
And then my mom passed away. My mom killed herself, so I had the sudden custody of 3 kids, you know what I mean? And he couldn't handle that. You don't get a choice, and that's I said, that's why I had to get into sex work, because I have 5 kids looking at me, and what am I supposed to do? Say, oh, sorry, we're all shit out of luck, you know what I mean? No, you go and accommodate to their schedule, and you do what you have to do as a parent. And if he's not gonna do that, then I was fine with doing it by myself.
Okay. Was he not contributing, or not?
No, it was just more of like, he was like, oh, this is too much. You have your siblings now, and this is too much. Which I understand, not everybody's comfortable with that. But if you love somebody, nothing ever is too much. Like, he could have put a million things on my plate, and I would have solved each one of those things because I loved him. But just because you love somebody doesn't mean they're going to do the same thing. That's why you do things.
They don't love you the same.
So you always do things without expectation.
It's good terms or bad terms?
Decent terms. Like, we have babies together, and I'm very big. Oh yeah, I'm very big on co-parenting. As long as he doesn't disrespect me, my girls deserve to have their father. Just because we can't be supportive of one another and we're on 2 different paths of life doesn't mean my children have to be on a different path than he is, so I let them have their conversations. I let them be their own people. And if one day, God forbid, they tell me, oh, okay, well, I don't want to talk anymore, or, it's not interesting me, I don't want a relationship, that's their right, as just like I choose not to have a relationship with, you know what I mean? So I try to just keep it mellow until he makes it unmellow. I don't do too much or say too much when it comes to anything, you know what I mean? So
okay. What would take you off the market right now?
What would take me off the market?
She's like, wait.
I'm trying to hear this too.
I mean, okay, all right. So like with my last relationship, like that's why I wasn't dancing. I wasn't doing any sex work or anything. Because he didn't like it. And to me, that's cool. Like,
but he knew once he started talking to you, that's where you came from and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows everything about me, and and that actually started a lot of problems, and that's kind of like just we were so different. We were very different. Like, I mean, I loved him entirely who he was, but we were very different. Came from different backgrounds and everything. So when it came to that, it was a whole new world. But I didn't do any of that, and like I said, I'm very loyal. I'm very to my person, and it just didn't work out. Yada yada, But I'm such a lover girl, and I'm such a, like, if you take care of me and we got it together, then we got it together. And right now, like, this shit that I do, the stuff that I do, you know, I have a bigger plan. I don't stay stagnant. I don't stay in one place. Like, I know where my goals are at, and I'm so driven, and I know what I'm going to do with my life, and nobody's going to stop me. Now, in the meantime, if I'm going to do what I'm going to do, then I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm single, and I can do what I can, so that's why I'm where I'm at, you know? But my goals are still there. But shit, to take me off the market, I mean, you just got to understand, like, what it is that I'm doing and be okay with it.
You prefer to be a man that comes into your job, or somebody that's not?
You can't date anybody that comes into a strip club.
She said, "Fuck no."
You can't fucking, you know, like, turn a hoe into a housewife. Same with
I
man.
can like you, and, you know, we can be cool, have good energy, good vibes, kick it outside, whatever. That's cool, but to really be with you, nah, my vato's not in the club.
Yeah, fuck no. I'm gonna find mine, like, off of, like, rideaprisoner.com.
Whoa.
He's a
Pen pal?
He's just trying to be chilling.
I know, I'm like, look, I like my men put away for life.
That's funny because that's what old girl is saying.
Oh, dude, you know, girls,
You said
prisoners are
shit.
becoming, like, I noticed a lot of sex workers do go for prisoners because they don't care. They can't care. What the fuck?
Yeah,
the
that is
CEO's gonna tell you, stop tripping, Damien. Get down. Get off the video chat. You know what I mean? Quit calling old girl. She in the club right now.
And he still has that bad boy role behind him.
Yeah, but I really do. Those are the type of men I talk to because me as a mother, I don't. So many men try to tell me what to do. They try to take me out the game, you know, and it's just, it gets irritating because it's like, for one,
I saw my ex the other day and he was like, stop stripping.
Stop talking. Like, please, like, can you shut the fuck up? I hate that shit. It's like, come on, I'm doing my thing. You're doing your thing. I'm not fucking bothering nobody. And if I'm bringing shit to the table, why do you care how I bring it? You know what I mean? And that's what I always told my girls' dad, because he'd be like, oh, well, you know, you have daughters. Oh, yeah, okay, like, I'm going to go tell my daughters, I'm going to put you on some game. No, I'm doing this so my daughters never have to be in the game. You know what I mean? 5 years, I give it 5 years max. I've already bought property. I have my cars. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm set and stable. Whatever is coming within this next couple of years is to put my children on, you know? That's why I say there's too many women that come into this game and they look at the TikTok women and they think they're going to be pretty forever. And they touch money and
you gotta have a
buy
plan.
Gucci bags. Yeah. Fuck no. I fucking wear Ross bags. I shop at Ross. You'll never see me. No, fuck yeah.
Eyelashes were like $1.
Yeah, you know, the real hustlers, you'll catch us in the thrift shop. You know what I mean?
And know how to make it look good.
Fuck no, no, you're not. All my money is in the bank or in fucking something for my kids. You know what I mean?
And that's why it's good to date a dancer, a real genuine dancer, because we're like that.
We have our fucking
I'll get you.
priorities straight.
I'm reading what you guys are saying. The mentality is that you guys
Fuck
are always
no,
grinding and shit.
Yeah. I'm not gonna fucking, and that's the thing. We always have a way to make it. Like, you're not gonna have no bitch that's gonna be like, oh babe, like, my car's broke, you gonna pay for my car? No, I already paid for my car. Now what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not gonna fucking ask you for shit. I'm gonna tell you that I did it, and that's just gonna be that. Now, if we're at a point in our relationship where we can be 50-50, and I'm like, hey babe, like, instead of me going out and shopping tonight, can you do this for me? That's way different. But you gotta be able to be able to provide for yourself, and not fucking be all beggy. Like, some women just beg, dude, and I'm like, fuck, like I said, you ever try to have a job?
Because I like to take care of what's mine, too, you know? I feel like that's how
it's a confidence thing. Yeah. I get fucking, I be cheesing when I fucking ball out on him. I'm like, shit, couple $100 on his books. I'm like, he ate.
She said his books.
Nigga buying condoms for everybody tonight.
I'm like, the whole dorm's eating. Yeah.
You gonna put a barbecue on tonight? That spread gonna be big.
I'm like, tell the CEOs they ain't gotta worry about y'all. Y'all gonna be put up for the next couple of days. I'm like, y'all smell that? It's just the fucking the hot pan or whatever, the hot pot. The hot pot's going because it just got stored. Fucking no, but really, it's a confidence thing. Real women attract real men. The men that want to show out for you, the women are gonna want to show out even more. You know what I mean? It's like when you.
It's rare, but I get what you're saying.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't really see too many girls do.
maybe we're just a rare kind. And I just
that's what we get
most girls want to extract and take that than they are giving.
They don't want. They want to receive and receive and receive. But when you ask for something,
from old people,
not giving shit.
But from old people, I'm like, if you're over the age of 55 and you get a senior discount, best believe I'm gonna make you co-sign for me and take me out to Denny's on Tuesdays when we eat free. Like, you know, I want to take from that. But but my age, or like if I'm really building a relationship, I'm never gonna take from you, because then that's taking from our circle, and I'm here to make our circle bigger and better, never to make it worse. You know.
So what do you have to say to the girls that are fucking for $100?
Please stop doing that. I'm begging you. Yeah, you're I'm sorry, but
Too cheap or what?
Too cheap. Oh my god.
The girls in here saying she's like I advertise $100 for an hour, but like they don't last that long anyway.
Yeah.
But think about, you fuck, okay, for an hour, she just had to fuck 10 people. Like, I fucked one person for $1,000 for an hour or less.
I got in a foot rub for like $300.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just got the foot rub.
It's been good, y'all.
Customer that looks at my butthole that will get VIPs, right? And he's married. He's so mellow, and I love him because he'll literally just make me arch my back on a couch like that and sit and stare into my fucking butthole, and will tip me hundreds of dollars just because he's like, wow, your butthole's pink and this and that, you have this many wrinkles and da da da, and like he doesn't touch me, he doesn't ever try to nothing, but he tips me because and like so these girls that are fucking inserting peanut and that bareback too, these bitches be bareback. Oh hell no! That's why we have that fungus going around. That's why we have going around. Yes, have you seen that? Did you that fungus? Yes,
that's nasty.
Oh man. Come on, fungus one.
No, there's a new fungus, STD fungus that's been going around, and I know that's because those little lot lizards be barebacking. Like it's summertime, you guys are sweating,
bringing lube and antibiotics and shit.
Yeah, dude, they take margaritas like it's like a little bit of penicillin and a little Narcos, fucking some vodka, like, and then you know the thing is too, these girls don't bathe themselves either. Like I see girls at the club that be burp bathing, and I'm like, you don't have a shower like at home, or like can't even go to like a gym. Like you have to bring the whole razor Summer's Eve and like fucking prop the leg up. Like, and if you're using Summer's Eve, women, please don't, because that's why your pH be stinking and you got fucking bacterial vaginosis all up in the club. Yeah, I'm like I be fucking seeing your slime trail when you get off stage.
Whoa!
It's all glowing.
Not the
it's all the UV light.
Not the smell.
She said that shit's fucking radioactive.
These bitches that think they too good that smell like shit.
And they're like, I don't smell. I'm like, actually, you're the only one that was in the bathroom right now. It has to
Song
be.
comes on. It's the biohazard song. That ring, 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 ring.
I'm like, Dusty, play Biohazard. No, really, and the girls kind of get themselves up. Like the girls that do cheap services, you can tell because they be over there like fucking kissing customers. Fucking, so we see girls. A lot of girls, they be over there like, or they'll put their fucking vaginas like straight in their face. I'm like, where's the lure now? Like you already put pussy in a mouth. Like we're already the CPR fucking. I'm like, what are they gonna buy the VIP for now? Yeah, exactly. They don't even got to scratch at that point.
That is true. Because now like I'm already getting on the dance floor. So why do I go back to back?
That's why I don't get naked. And it's like a thing. Do not get naked unless men are paying for it. Because why am I sitting here showing you my guts for nothing? Like I am not a. Fuck no, this is not no circus. Fucking all right. Act 1, please get off stage. Act 2, please go up there. Like no.
Yeah, no, we've heard some price rates that came through here. I've been like,
some of the prices that I see on your show, and I'm not even gonna try. I'm trying to be mean, but like I see, you got some lot lizards on here, and I'm like, you know, I come from the desert, so I see all types of lizards. But I'm like, but those lot lizards, I'm like, you can tell those from a mile away. And please stop charging less than $500 for vagina.
Damn. 500. There you go.
Well, no, dude. I have fucking, when I tell these men my prices, the men that want to pay, they don't fucking blink. They'll be like, oh, okay, $1,000, $1,000. If they really want you, they don't care. They just want to please you because they know I just pleased her. I just made her happy. She's gonna suck my dick so good right now. You know what I mean, dude? And I be telling you what, those dudes that don't question me, they get some good.
But I mean, you can share. You don't have to share. But head with a condom?
Yes, but I don't do anything bareback. Nothing. Because you have to remember, that's why we have a pandemic of so many dancers and women, sex workers, period, that are spreading things. That's
That's
you know,
why
it's
we
a
got
joke.
that new fungus.
It's not even a joke. Well, really, like the fact that we have had so much sex bacteria combinations that are so dirty that we've created a new STD. Come on, like we either need to normalize testing, like really put it in the hoods, down on Figueroa.
That's something you get off the shelf and shit. Yeah.
Dude, if I fucking, and that's something that I'm really working towards. A lot of strippers don't have an endpoint. My whole point in stripping is I have a savings account where I'm gonna open up a facility for homelessness, mental health, and substance abuse. So women and men, whoever, they can come in and get resources without all the insurance shit, without all the, and everybody keeps telling me, oh, we're gonna have, you know, a bunch of people taking advantage. You're gonna have sex workers. You're gonna have this and that. I don't care. I don't want women to keep fucking barebacking or shit like that, end up pregnant, dying, shit like that, you know? That's why we have all those things. But men will pay for shit with a condom. They don't give a fuck. I feel like it's more the allure than anything. Like, it's not even the, like, they can feel it with the condom or whatever, but it's more of like, damn, this bitch is sucking my dick. Like, wow, she's really...
watching her do it.
Yeah, watching her do it, because dudes... Some dudes will be like, oh, no, you know, I could go fuck somebody raw. And I totally respect that, because there are bitches that will go fuck for free or fuck for raw, but I won't do it.
So what do you say to the women that are fucking for free?
Please don't fuck it. Oh, for fucking for free, please also don't do that. I'm like...
Well, what about women that are out here just going out on dates and they never get anything? Is that hurting you guys and shit?
No. I mean, if you're fucking...
It just depends if it's, like, with the game, you know? Like, you can do what you want on your
There's escorting. You can escort without sex. Like, there's men... Being in Palm Springs, there's different levels of the game. Like, there's old men... I had an old man at my topless club, actually, who came in with his neighbor, and he'd never been to a strip club, fucking 90 years of life. That dude was about to kick bones, and he fucking came in with a lot of money though, and he was like, I don't care, whatever you want to do, I'll do. So of course I'm milking him. He's fucking sitting there, I have my feet up on him, he's doing coke, he's fucking like, he's in his own world, talking about his daughter.
Like, I'm trying to die tonight.
Yeah, I'm like, look, if you're dying, giving me a foot rub, God bless her. I'm like,
it's going down.
Yeah, but you know, it's men that will pay for certain stuff. It's just it I don't know. I feel like it's so diverse at this point, because we have those lot lizards that are out here fucking. Well, no, dude. Some of the dudes will be like, oh, well, Cindy Lou Who gave me head for $60, and I'm just like, wow. Well, Cindy Lou Who probably has some germs now, so I'm like, remind me not to hit Cindy Lou Who's vape in the back. I'm like, or I worked at clubs that have condoms, vending machines with condoms in the back, because that's your expectation. Yeah. You're trying to, you know, you're supposed to fucking make money off that. Okay.
And lastly,
I'm like, darn, women that fuck for free. I'm like,
okay. Lastly, can you guys each share, I would say, a horror story of a bad customer?
A horror story? You'll go first.
Like your worst experience.
Yeah, worst experience. Like, man, like
if I have to deal with this shit again, I'm done.
I feel like so far, like, because I've only been dancing for about 6 months, I haven't had like a crazy.
And you only worked at Ultimate, huh? One club? Or no, you worked at Bliss before. Bliss is a horror story within itself.
Whoa.
But yeah. Yeah, so far, like, nothing too
So no weirdo customer or nothing?
I mean, they're all weirdos, you know.
She said, come on, man.
Like, they're all a little weird.
She said they're all weird.
They all get a little funky with it, you know, but nothing too crazy where, like, someone's about to stab me or some shit.
Oh, my God. I'm like, wait.
But I'm saying, like, wait. I'm just saying, like, the way you described it is like, okay, like, you walked into the club and everybody's sitting there like, oh, these weirdos, I gotta go to work. That's how you guys look at it?
That way, what?
Like, you guys come to work, you guys walk out on the floor, and there's nothing but men. Like, all the men are weirdos to you guys? Like, if I could go deal with these weirdos?
No, they're not all weirdos. There's some that are very respectful and very sweet and very nice.
A majority of them?
If there's 30 people in there, how many of them are
30
weirdos?
Men, yeah.
So, well, okay, but it depends. You have to talk to him, because I had a dude one time, he tipped me hella on stage. He was like a young Mexican, had his little cowboy hat on. I thought he was the cutest thing ever, dude. So I went over to him and I was like, what's up? Like, let's get it. Let's go get a VIP. You know, whatever. If you're trying to fuck, I'm trying to fuck. Let's get it. Motherfucker was so drunk, he fucking choked me. I was like, I'm trying to fuck you right now. You choked me. Fucking, my security. So first he was trying to kiss me. And then fucking,
like,
I was like
choking.
No, I was like, yeah, I was like, no. And then he like, I like kind of turned to face this way, and my security, mind you, was a fucking big old Russian man named Sasha. Okay, so yeah, scariest man you could have ever fucking seen. And so fucking, I'm not even looking at him or giving him like any signals. He's just watching, but he saw the dude like try to put his hands on me, and so he came over and he's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." I fucking turn over again. That dude just chokes me. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, I'm not getting no more.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh no, I'm not going for you Mexican dudes no more." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "You got the hat on?" I'm like, "I'm not," but you just came from a bull ride or something. I'm like, "You're still whatever." I'm like, "Hey, I'm not the one."
Hey, you know what the scariest ones are actually? Maybe not horror story because it hasn't been too crazy, but the ones who are coked out.
Oh my god, yeah.
No, I can't deal with no. And I know when somebody's coked out right away, but those are the only times that somebody has given me a problem. I remember one time I spilled water on this fool's shoe, and he got pissed. Like, I thought he was gonna hit me. Damn. Yeah, and I got up, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Bro, it's water. Like, come on now."
I had a coke. Yeah, those coked out fools be fucking tripping, bro. They make shit up in their head. Like, that's not there. Yeah. I'm like, schizophrenia who? Like, I'm like, is it the drugs or psychosis? I'm like.
Yeah, I know, like, this one guy that came, I don't know if you were there, he came in, he was like, "Oh, like, how much, blah, blah, blah," and I had told him, like, he was all coked out, and I was like, "Oh, 1,000, he was like, "Okay," he was like, "Me and my," I'm like, "Do your homies know?" He's like, "Me and my homies, like, we're all down, it's like
1,000 each, fucking 4K,
yeah,
like
1,000 each,
yeah, okay.
This ain't all chipping in fucking
I'm like,
250
yeah, no.
motherfucker. Like,
oh my god, I know they're all with the hat around. They're like, okay, she said
I got 250, you got 250.
like,
Hey, she said 1,000.
They're like, look, we all get like
it's now it's each. Now it's each. Oh, okay, I see how it is. All right.
No,
all right.
really, it'd be like a potluck all
Now you
up
just
in
trying to
here.
rob
They'd
us.
be like, or I have so I do a lot of game file events, like the chicken fighting events, because so I have a lot of Mexican men, older Mexican men that like to do that shit, and you know the Mexican men that shit goes crazy. They fucking spend cash. They fucking spend like 3,000 on a fucking bird that's gonna die within 10 minutes. You know they really do bet that much. So all the dudes
Had a couple Asian homies that used to do that.
Fuck yeah, I told them 2,000 for an event for a couple hours. They paid me that. All the dudes, and you got like 40, 50 Mexican dudes coked out. Yeah, oh dude, I probably went home with like 8,000, 9,000, like, and that's my money. You know what I mean? And that's why I always tell the girls, I'm like, take numbers. Fucking give your Instagram.
It's networking and shit. You guys connected with different people.
Yeah, because then dudes will be like, oh, you know what? I know this one stripper bitch. Oh, I bet if, you know, let's see how much.
She was cool last time, so
fuck
bring her.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, you got fucking word of mouth from everybody. You know what I mean? So,
cool.
Yeah.
Good thing. And lastly, what do you ladies think of the show?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
you guys are cool as fuck.
I know.
Yeah.
I felt comfortable with that first. Like, this is the first time that I've ever
Were you
done
nervous?
something like this.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad you. Yeah, you were nervous.
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
Kind of, but I'm a social speaker. Period. Like, I do a lot of. I talk about a lot of like, you know, like I talk about a social stuff that goes on, and since I'm a psychologist, I do a lot of data statistics. So I'm just constantly talking with people, and being a substance abuse counselor, I love just like having platforms like.
So
this.
what had you nervous then?
Social anxiety.
Nothing too much really. I just like talking. So.
The your vision. I don't know if you've seen our page or anything, but like our Instagram, does it intimidate you? Like, does it make you be like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go on the show and they're gonna make me look stupid?
Yeah, because a lot of ones, because a lot of females, they watch the clips and only the clips.
Yeah,
and
we get on.
Of course we like, extract the clips, the best parts, to draw them in. But they'll watch them and be like, oh, that's how they are. Oh, dang, and they'll have an expectation or they'll be nervous because
they're. Me in. You guys are funny as fuck. Like when I was watching your shit, that's why I told her, I was like, come with me, bitch. This shit's gonna be cool as hell. And I'm not. I deny, like, you know, not trying to be like, oh, I deny a lot of offers, but a lot of people try to get me to come do stuff, and I kind of like, I look at their page, I look at their episodes, who they have on their stuff, like Dosh Network. I'm about to work with Dosh Network for a couple TV shows like South Central LA, Baddies of South Central LA.
And that's funny. We have some much calls right now. Girls that's supposed to come on Sunday. Some girls that have their own baddie show, like we looked at their Instagram, looked at them like, they're like, they're pretty deep. They're like. But like we looked at some clips, I was like, man, these girls over here just whooping each other's ass on the show.
Yeah,
going crazy, like. So I was like, whatever, cool. Like, you guys can come do the show, but none of that shit in the studio. Like,
no, and that's what threw me off with a lot of these offers, because they expect you to come fight or be like, because I'm a dancer in LA, and you know, that's my biggest thing is like I dance in San Francisco, I dance down here, and they'll be like, oh, you know, you're you're a 304, you're a white girl, like, hold your ground. And I'm like, I don't fight. Like, I used to fight, you know what I mean? Back when I was a kid, I got expelled for that. That's why I was in a continuation school. I had the growing up I did because I used to, wrestle a little bit here and there. But I'm out of that stage. Like, I'm here for money. And we shouldn't have to fight for money, to be honest. Crazy. I'm like, I ripped out my derma. So I had my lip done, I had this done, and I had this done. To be honest, I went to see one of the dudes I was talking to in prison, right? And the prison guards denied me for having a dermal. And I drove 6 hours, so I fucking ripped my dermal out in the parking lot. And it was an implant. But so I told the girls, I was like, look, if I could rip out my own implant, imagine, like, I get down like that, but I just don't want to, you learn to really decipher which shows are going to bring you. And to be honest, who's going to look at somebody fighting and be like, oh, that's the girl. I want her on my show. They're like, she beat her ass. She's a good talkswoman. Let's get her on here. I'm like, she don't really talk too much. She talks with her hands.
This was a couple this weekend. I was checking it out.
A lot of, they go searching for the drama to get it created.
And
like, we don't like that.
No,
if it happens, it happens. We can't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't control it.
But like, we always say, like, compare us to, like, check out other platforms that, like, interview girls and do relationships and try to, like, better men's knowledge, stuff like that. They're actually trying to create the drama. Like, we're trying to let the ladies talk so that men listen and understand what this woman is saying. If this is the type of woman you want, listen to what she's saying.
And then you'll watch them. You'll see it's always an argument. Either between the ladies or the host and the
communication is key, but comprehension of communication is everything. Like, I can sit here and she can be talking to me and I can be like, oh, I hear you communicating to me, but am I really comprehending what she's trying to say? No, I'm not understanding what she's saying. I'm just hearing what I want to hear out of what she's saying. So I try not to that's why I don't judge anybody. I'm not argumentative. Anybody's perspective, I can strongly feel like it's wrong, and I can strongly feel my opinion, but nobody's wrong or right in society or this life, you know what I mean? So, but I appreciate you guys having us.
You ladies are hella cool. Anytime you guys ever want to come back for anything or bring more of your friends, like, for sure, you can use our platform for anything. Don't matter.
If you ladies want to shout your Instagrams or any of your socials or anything you guys want to shout out, go ahead and let the
you guys can follow me on Instagram, Snowmo Baby.
My Instagram is Mahayana420.
Yep.
Okay. All right. No harassments, just show the ladies some loves, man.
Yeah, no dick pics, man.
They see that too much.
I was gonna say we do that for a living. Spice it up.
BBC, we out.